we are trying to achieve is we have two stations. We have appetizers, subs, and salad as one station. We have pizza as one station. Our pizza takes about 25 minutes to be made, but our sub or fries or appetizer takes 5 to 7 minutes to be made. I don't want a carry-out order when it comes in the kitchen. The appetizer station gets all the appetizers on the carry-out order, and the pizza station gets the pizza from that order. While the pizza is still 20 minutes out, the appetizers are already sitting on the counter for 20 minutes getting cold. It doesn't make sense for a carry-out customer to get cold food. Essentially, what we want is when the pizza station marks pizza in the oven or pizza as done, that's when the appetizer station should get a notification or should see that item marked green or yellow or whatever. And that's when they start making the rest of the stuff on that order as an appetizer, so that way everything is made approximately at the same time.
Okay. So in terms of utilizing like a KDS or a kitchen display screen for your incoming orders, we can have that display the elapsed time since an order came in. We have the ability to both automate delays between different order types. It can also be managed manually if you'd like to send one thing and then manually send the next course. I guess it would just come down to figuring out the exact functionality you're looking for. Is it something that you're hoping to send manually once a certain time has elapsed, or something that you're hoping to automate?
Automate.
So if I wanted to ring up a pizza, make some selections or additions to that pizza, you'll see all those modifiers pop up upon selecting the item. I can go ahead and send that back right here at the time of ringing up. Let's say I had done that in this case. I sent it back. If we look at our order here in the, let me back out here. If we look at our order in the ordering screen here from this table, we can create a prompt here in the top right that allows you to tap on it to send the next course if that's something that you'd want to do manually, or we can just go ahead and take a look at our course setup and actually designate a delay between the different courses. So if you wanted to pop into course types, we can actually make your first course be pizza, and then program in a 10 to 15 minute delay for that next series of items if that's something that you'd like to do. This is something that would be automated depending on the delay that you type in here, if that would work for you. So you ring up the pizza, send it back. After 10 to 15 minutes or whatever time frame you'd like, we can have that next section of items sent back. In this case, your appetizers or whatever. Would that be appropriate for you, or is that not quite what you're looking for?
It's something similar to what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Just to understand how it plays out practically.
So what the process would actually look like from the ordering standpoint is you would, ring up a pizza order, like I did here. I had sent the order back, to which point it would send that pizza back to the pizza printer. And then if we had other items on here, let's say, a few other starters or whatever, we can have these items be automated to send back, 10 minutes after that first item is sent, if that's what you're looking for. Is that what you're intending, or something different about what I've gone over there?
No, that's something almost what I'm intending, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we can definitely automate that process for you if you'd like. We can, manually do that process as well, but, sounds like you want to keep it as simple as you can, which makes sense. We can automate that for you if need be.
Got it, okay.
Now, in regards to other functionality that you're looking for, we do have built-in modules for managing your in-house deliveries. Are you planning on working with online ordering or third-party services in any form?
Yeah, so online ordering, third-party services, and use my in-house drivers for all the deliveries.
Sure. So, if you're managing an in-house delivery, we do have a delivery section that we'll put into your setup. You can, start delivery orders here as well as do future orders or assign drivers. What we have right now is just an empty delivery section. Right now we're just looking at the pending orders. I'm just going to go ahead and add a new order over here on the right-hand side. And then it's the same ordering experience that we were just looking at. So we can put in customer information. names, addresses, phone numbers. You hoping to use caller ID at all? Caller ID integration?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we can offer that as well. We'll just have a caller ID tab available under the customer accounts here. If they have been, if they called in once and you saved their information, it'll pop up the next time they call in. So we can do that caller ID integration through there if need be. I'm just going to use Aaron as an example here. He's got an address on his account, so I'll just use him. Upon selecting a customer, it's just going to take you to your ordering screen, so you can start ringing up an item. Let me flip back over to my pizza menu really quick here. So I'll ring up an item. I'll do maybe a medium pizza. If you didn't notice the first time through, we do have the option for editing the different parts of the pizza. If you'd like to do half and half, or even quarters, down to the sixth or eighth, if you need that. Whatever you select here will appear at the top of your screen, as well as on the kitchen receipts once you send them back. Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
We do have the keyboard in the top left as well if you ever want to type in your own messages. That can easily be done as well, just with that keyboard in the top left. All right, once you've done all the choices, you'll just hit OK. You'll see that item be prepared. You can send it back at this point if you'd like it to be made. So let's just go ahead and send that back. Now, once it's prepared and you're ready to actually send it out on delivery, we'll go back to that delivery section, and we'll see that we have our pending order sitting there.
Okay.
Over on the right-hand side, I have Assign Driver. That's going to show you your active list of drivers. This is something that will help you set up whoever you need as a driver there. I'm just going to assign Joel. At that point, it's no longer a pending order. It's going to move to out for delivery, as you can see here. For some of the orders, you might just be taking payment over the phone right away, in which case you can just open up the order, go to close, and this is where you can actually accept payment or close out an account. Are you offering any type of customer account or house accounts in any form?
No.
Okay, no worries. We can do tabs for customers if it's something that they want to pay off later. If you ever need that functionality, we can have that available, just so you're aware. Yeah, but let's say in this particular case, the customer had paid with cash upon returning from that delivery, so I'll just mark that as paid. And then we can mark that order as delivered as well. So you can either mark it over here on the right-hand side, or if you're working with a large number of deliveries, you can just mark them all as delivered once that driver returns, if you want to do it that way.
Right. Now, at each stage, does customer get some kind of notification?
Just in terms of whether their order has been accepted or out for delivery?
Yeah, correct. I think your order is out for delivery, or your order has been delivered, or something like that.
Yeah, we can do email prompts for that type of service. We do have built-in text messaging as well, but it would be an additional monthly charge to utilize that. But we do, technically have both options available for those types of notifications. We see them for, reservations, pickup orders, or curbside notifications like that. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Now, does it have a map view or a managed driver view where we can see where the drivers are, kind of thing?
We do have the built-in Google Maps API integration. I'm not certain if that would really allow for driver communication, just to clarify, but it can give you an idea of delivery distance or range, if that would be helpful.
I see. Okay. So it'll tell me what directions all the addresses are if there's more than one by dropping pins.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't really have it set up here on this demonstration, but yeah, we do have a Google Maps API integration available for this delivery setup.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of the extent to which you'll use that delivery platform. If you notice at the top, we do have a space for future orders as well. If it's something that will be delivered later in the week or later in the evening, we can kind of monitor and track those pending orders on this tab as well.
Yep.
Make sense? Any questions about that at all?
No, nothing so far.
Okay, great. Now, outside of delivery, you have your simple in-store ordering options as well. Do you take make reservations at all?
No, we are casual pizzeria.
Okay.
We don't
No
have
problem.
table setting.
So if you don't want to work with a table layout like you see here, we can just do a quick service setup where it just goes directly to your ordering screen. Would that be more preferable for you?
Yeah, that's how we have it right now.
Let me go ahead and flip this over.
Order at the counter.
No problem. Let me flip this over really quick for you. This will be a little bit simpler to use. It's going to strip that table layout out of the software. You can just go directly into starting an order or a delivery. So upon logging into this type of setup, you will either see your open checks when you log in, or an order if you'd like to start ringing up a check. Let me just delete this here. Yeah, so this will kind of cut out a step for you, make it a little more straightforward, directly to the ordering screen from there. All right, let me just cancel out these transactions. All right. Yeah, so what we can do upon hitting the screen, if you'd just like to be prompted right away what type of order you're going to be doing, we can just have the sales types pop up. So if you're just doing a simple dine-in or pickup or an actual delivery, you can select the order type upon starting the check. If it's delivery, we're going to get that automated prompt for the customer information as well, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
All right. Now for your standard ordering, all of your basic options will be found here at the top. So deleting, for example, if you need to remove an item from a check, you can just tap on delete. Some of the functions in here are permission based. So if you don't want employees being able to delete items whenever they'd like, we can restrict it if need be. Same goes for other functions too. If you don't want them refunding or discounting, accessing reports, we can limit all that stuff in the back office. Yeah, so we've already kind of briefly gone over taking payment. It's very straightforward. Let's say I had purchased an item. I'll go up to the top. I can either select cash or credit or any other payment type that I accept from here. Do you have any interest in gift cards at all?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. It's something that we have integrated with the system if you'd like to manage those gift cards and reports right through the system. We'll show you how to issue them, reload them, and use them as payment in the software. It's very straightforward. You'll notice we already have like a gift card or GC payment type in here. Very straightforward, just right there among your other payment types. You've also got printing, if you just want to get a quick copy of whatever check you have open. Exiting, if you want to get back out to the login screen, as well as modifying and sending, if you want to use those features. So we've got a little bit of flexibility through here, depending on what type of order you're doing. We do have some other options under more in the top right as well. For example, popping your cash drawer, splitting checks, if you ever need to do that, as well as marking products as sold out and resending back to the kitchen. Now, you did want to do some inventory tracking, correct?
Correct, exactly, yes.
Okay. So depending on what level you want to track it, we can pretty much accommodate it either way. I think it was mentioned that you wanted to do some ingredient and recipe level tracking. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me walk you through that really quick. It's something that we can set up right through the items themselves. So if we wanted to access our menu or our inventory, we would just type in a code, go up to management up here in the top left, and then we have both the menu settings and inventory sections down here in the bottom left. Just in terms of inventory, we do have the ability to create purchasing and receiving documents, count and cost your inventory or ingredients, and then on the item level, we can also create recipes for the items that we're preparing. So if we were to take a look at just a sample item here, I'll use a burger as an example. Every item in your system has each of these tabs available. The three that we're looking at right now are the inventory, suppliers, and recipe tabs. Just starting with inventory, this is where we can set up warning stock levels for the items that we sell, as well as the stock units for each item. So depending on how you purchase it, if you purchase it as the ounce, each, the pound, case, however you purchase, we can have the appropriate conversions there for your items. We'll also track supplier information if you'd like to attribute products to a particular supplier. That can be tracked through here. Primary supplier, for example. And then the actual recipe creation. So what that process usually looks like is we'll take your ingredients, we'll import them into the system, we'll give them a cost, as well as those stock units that we just started looking at, and then we'll go through and start creating our recipes. So once we have all those ingredients in there, we can get an accurate item cost, as well as a profit margin on those items. And then depending on the choices that you choose at the ordering screen as well, for example, add extra pepperoni or something like that, we can have that accurately deduct from your inventory as well, just to give you an idea. Any questions about that at all?
Yep, upload invoices. Let's say an inventory came from a vendor. I have to manually put it in that this is how much I got, or is like some kind of integration of it?
Yeah, what that process can look like, depending on the format of the file that you're provided, if you have like a spreadsheet or a CSV type file, we can import files directly in here. So typically if it's in CSV format, we should be able to import that directly for you. We do have the ability to obviously create purchasing and receiving documents manually, but that can take a little bit more time. So yeah, if you can request from your supplier a spreadsheet type file, you can import it in, and then we can walk you through actually accepting it into inventory. So it shouldn't be something that you'll need to do manually, as long as it's in the proper format.
Got it, yeah. As long as it's proper, I don't have to sit down, enter like 100 items that I received. I just can upload that file and then just verify it through it.
Right. So we can import the purchase document, and then we can essentially, approve it to accept it into inventory or accept it into stock.
Understood. Got it.
So that type of document can be managed here. And if you do regularly purchase the same products from a supplier on a regular basis, we can have templates created as well. So if you just want to accept your, weekly order from Cisco or whatever supplier you purchase from, we can have that kind of automated and set up for you if you'd like to use it.
Understood.
So yeah, purchasing, receiving, counting, and costing as well can all be managed through here. You can obviously track your general supplier information as well if you'd like to add those in. We can certainly track that. Now, apart from the inventory, we do have the menu editing side of things as well. We'll typically build out the entire menu for you initially, whatever you provide. And then making changes to it is really easy. You can do this right on the terminal, or you can do it from home. We'll set you up with remote access if you'd like to do that. But just a simple tap and drag for your editing. If you want to open up an item, just double tap on it. And that'll bring us back to that same screen that we were just looking at. What we had looked at was the inventory, suppliers, and recipe tabs. But we do also have spaces for your pricing. If you'd like to quickly change price points, taxes, if you'd like to control what applies to the item, as well as modifiers. What choices are popping up when the item is ordered. So we'll build out all that stuff for you. Some of these settings can be done on the folder level as well. So if you want the same list of toppings being applied to all of your pizzas, we can just apply that modifier to the folder instead of going item by item by item to do that. It can speed that process up a little bit. Yep. You will also notice we have a printers tab. So if you'd like to directly designate where items are going to print, it's just a simple checkbox through here. We'll generally help you set that up during onboarding as well, just to give you an idea. Do you offer any weekly specials, timed pricing, anything like that?
Yes, we do, yeah.
Okay, what does that look like for you? Is it just like $5 off on Wednesdays, or what are you using?
Yeah, something like subs for $6.50 on Thursday.
Okay.
Something similar stuff every day.
Yeah, so with those types of deals, we have what are called sales rules. This is just a way for us to automate certain actions in the system. So if you'd like to say, discount a particular list of products on Tuesdays, during a particular window, we can just automate that for you. We just have to know, what items will qualify and what discount you're looking for. We can make that pretty easy for you. So sales rules can be used to automate those different actions if you need. We'll generally set those up for you.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, you did want to have online ordering services available for customers, right?
Yeah, so do you integrate with like DoorDash, GrubHub, UberEats, stuff like that? Can those orders directly come to my POS?
Yeah, so what we do for third-party services, we work with a company called Kubo to manage third-party services. I'm just going to throw their website in the chat there. What they offer is a single device that can help you manage multiple third-party services. They have one, monthly price point to integrate. Those orders can, be made online, and they'll integrate with the POS for order management and whatnot. So we just partner with Kubo to offer that service. I believe, depending on your revenue, they do have like a single monthly price point that they charge for the integrations. Do you have a general idea of how much you would process in a month online for those third-party services?
For third-party services, right?
Right.
It's about $500 to $700 a week.
Okay.
Between all of them.
Gotcha. So that may fall in within their kind of base price plan. I think they charge around $80 a month to offer all of those primary third-party service integrations. So DoorDash, GrubHub, UberEats, Postmates, a large list of other ones that aren't as popular. So might be a service that you'd be interested in if you're looking for those types of integrations. And then we do have the actual online ordering available as well if you'd like people to place orders for in-house delivery or local pickup. We can have that available too.
Got it. And that in-house online is managed by you guys, right? Like I have my own website.
So we would go ahead and create you a link or a landing page that'll be part of our online platform. If you have an existing website, you can take that link and embed it on there for your online ordering. That's typically what I see being done. So yeah, we don't build out the entire website. We'll just provide you that link that you can embed where you'd like. Social media, if you're using that, your website, wherever else you'd like to, broadcast that info.
Got it. And the customer from my website, they will be redirected to your page directly to order stuff, correct? And all the items will be listed over there with the price and ingredients.
Exactly. So let me go ahead and bring that up for you just so you have an idea. The web menu or the online menu, it's something that we can manage right through the POS like we would our in-store menu. And we can also control the hours of availability, the general information presented online as well. What I'm going to show you here is just one of our franchise locations actively using this, just to give you an idea. This is a deli sandwich shop out in California. But let me share with you this screen. Let me know if you can see this okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is kind of what we're building out for you. It's going to be your landing page. When the customers get here, they can determine their order type. So if you're going to offer in-house delivery or catering or just standard pickup, you can manage that through here. You can do future orders as well, same way you would with your in-store orders. If you want to delay those or send them out later in the day, it can be tracked through here. And then the general ordering procedure for the customer is very simple. You can have item images listed or item descriptions if you'd like to include those for your customers. Different price points, priced editions, takeaways, kind of all those same options that you'd have in store can be presented here. Also things like banner images, logos, color schemes. Those can be edited as well if you'd like.
And managing the price for online orders, like how is it done? Is it done through POS or is it done through like emailing you guys right now?
It's something that you can easily do yourself. I mean, we're always willing to give you a hand if you need some assistance, but we'll give you the ability to do it remotely from home if you'd like. It's same way we'd edit the pricing for your in-store menu. Not much different.
Got it. So is it done from like a back office feature on POS or like a separate website login where I have to log in and update the price and stuff?
Yeah, it's right through the back office. Just to clarify,
Okay.
we will set you up with remote access. It's just browser-based remote access. So if you want to do it from home, you'll just go online, log in, and then remotely connect to your system. So we'll provide you the credentials to use that, or it can just be done locally on your POS. If you just want to log into management, you can make changes locally on that as well. It's really up to you, whatever you have availability for, I would suppose.
Got it. So when you say remote access, I'm basically remotely accessing my in-house POS from my home, basically.
Correct. And you're not taking over control from anyone either. It's just an instanced connection. So, your employees can still continue to use it while you're connected to it. You're not taking over control from them or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Any other questions about that?
No.
Okay, no problem. But you'll notice, once you make those choices online, you can add your items to a bag, which you can see right up here on the top right. I can try to do an upsell at that point as well. So if you want to list a drink or an additional side, you can just have those products listed there.
Okay.
And then your checkout screen. So for pickup, it's going to list the store information. You're going to see an order review, and then a breakdown for customer and payment information down here at the bottom. Now, with payments, you can accept payment in store upon pickup. You can do payments online. Kind of up to you how you'd like to utilize that. But that's kind of what we can offer in terms of the online ordering service. Like I mentioned earlier, you can control the item availability, general hours for ordering, and all the other color schemes and logos and item images that you'll see presented online.
Makes sense.
Pretty straightforward. With things like online orders, we can do automatic order acceptance as well. So if someone pays online and the payment is confirmed, we can just have that automatically accepted and printed back in the kitchen. If you do want to automate that process a little bit, we can offer that as well.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yep. All right. So yeah, that's what we can offer in terms of online. It does integrate directly with the POS for all of your order management. Even if you want to decline orders if they're coming in, you do have the manual ability to do that. All right.
How about 86 in an item? Let's say if something ran out in the restaurant.
Let me show you.
86 on my POS, would it be automatically done for online item as well, or will I have to go separate?
One extra step in order to make that available online. If I were to 86 a product, let's say I popped into my menu, I chose an entree. I'm not offering this item anymore. I would just mark it as sold out here, or you can just uncheck the sell online option. That might make it simpler. Just uncheck from sell online, and then the only thing you'll have to do from there is what's called a sync. So just to synchronize the info with your online, you just do the quick internet sync through here. So technically 2 steps, but yeah, it shouldn't take you a whole lot of time.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll help you create your online menu. We'll generally have that set up for you, and we can show you how to make changes to it if you ever need to. Things like price changes and updates for items, they can be done really quickly too. Kind of just to show you how quickly we can make a price edit. We have a price editor built into the menu screen here. And this can be used to get quick access to your price points if you want to make a quick manual change through there. But it also gives you the ability to make price changes for a large number of items at one time. So if I click that checkbox, I can highlight the entire folder, and then I've got bulk editing available here at the top. So if I wanted to add on 5% across the board to my pricing, I can do that for about 3,000 items in about 30 seconds, which is really nice. If you're doing that type of price change. Yeah. Something that might be beneficial for you too, if you're keeping track of inventory, we can also edit on the profit percent. So if you'd like to make it so each of your items is giving you a 20% profit margin, we can do that type of editing as well, depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also set specific pricing, round to the nearest dollar value if you need to do that. So there's a lot of good functionality there for price editing. Something that can be done really quickly, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time doing it, which is really nice.
Got it.
We can also change your color scheme on your menu, change the text or the button color, add new buttons or rows. This is really customizable. It's totally up to you how you'd like that to be presented. And usually, once we finish building your menu, we'll do a menu review session with you as well. So we can always take off items, add new things on if you ever need to. So we'll have that kind of review session with you too once we finish building it.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any questions about that at all?
No, it's good so far.
Okay, good to hear. Since we're here, I just want to point out down in the bottom right, we do have the customers area. This is where you can track customer information, previous purchases, or top items that they order. This is also where we can find information for our gift cards or loyalty programs if you had any interest in those. Gift cards and loyalty is kind of something that we package together in this system. So if you did want to use gift cards, you'll have that customer loyalty program functionality as well if you want to use it.
Got it. So it's not an additional cost, right?
So gift cards and loyalty in particular would be an additional monthly cost. But if you're using gift cards, you get the loyalty as well. They're kind of included in one.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So we offer kind of just a simple point-based loyalty. If you want customers to collect points and then redeem them at your location for a free pie or whatever, we can have those types of programs set up for you if you'd like.
Got it. Understood.
Perfect. I didn't mention it earlier, but we can keep track of clock-ins and clock-outs for your employees, positions, and pay rates as well. If you'd like to report on all that information, it's not a problem. We'll help you set that up.
Important.
No problem.
Okay, so, and then does it email me like bi-weekly payroll details or reports and stuff like that?
Yeah, if you'd like it to. We can automate any of the reports in the system. What I see a lot of people do is that on a weekly or bi-weekly schedule, they'll send out their employee payroll, maybe a weekly sales summary, and a breakdown of the items that were sold in that time period. That's something we can automate out to your email if that's helpful for you.
Understood. Okay.
Yep. Since we're on the topic, let's go ahead and take a look at reports. If you ever want to view the in-depth, management reports, we can just go up to management in the top left, and then we have the daily reports and maintenance section available down at the bottom. Reports right here at the top, these can be used, these are all your built-in reports that you can use. The one that's going to be selected right away for you is just the cash out report. I'll bring up an example of this on the screen for you. But this is kind of the end of day sales report, if you want to consider it that way. And this is something that could print directly out of your receipt printers as well. So just kind of taking you through the report here, we've got a payment summary at the top. This is going to break down all of the payments that you receive, including cash, credit, gift card, and any cash movements that you do throughout the day. So cash ins or cash outs from the drawer. Down a bit further, we've also got a breakdown of revenue. So gross sales, net sales, and taxes collected. Also, delivery charges can be included here if you plan on factoring that in for delivery orders.
Got it.
And then we've got a breakdown of other activity in the system as well. So if you'd like to see what discounts were used or what items were deleted or voided, we can even do a summary for your different order types if you'd like to see dine-in versus pickup or delivery versus pickup. We can kind of report on those different areas for you as well if you need to.
Got it.
Take it a step further. If you'd like to include a breakdown of what items are selling each day, we can have that available for you. And that's just one report.
As a part of the daily report, you can have the items as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you'd like to include that, it shouldn't be a problem. These are all the built-in reports that you'll have access to. And this kind of spans everything from simple sales all the way down to, customer and inventory reporting. We've got, all those already available for you, and they can be automated daily if you want to make it simple. You can easily do that for you.
Yep.
On the screen, you'll also notice, we can separate by employee if you'd like to get numbers for a certain person or specific station or even information for a specific driver. We've got all those, options available through here if you need. Exporting as a spreadsheet, a text file, or a PDF can be done through here, as well as direct emailing manually, down here at the bottom. But again, automating it can easily be done too. Any questions in regards to reports at all?
No, straightforward.
Okay, good to hear. So something I didn't really cover earlier, and I do just want to touch on really quick, is just simply splitting a check, so you can see how that works. I'm going to bring up a few items here. And, if you're working with a party who does want to split up at the end of, being there, we can just go to more in the top right, and we've got the split option listed under here. And all this does is it gives you the ability to add in additional checks if you'd like. If someone wants to split an order 4 ways or something like that, we can just highlight the items on our first check and then divide it by the number of people paying with that divide option down there in the bottom left. So that's just a really quick way to split everything evenly across each check if you need to do that. And then we have options for merging items back together as well if you'd like to start over or maybe just choose one item, tap on a different check to switch it over.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah. So if you have those types of scenarios.
But yeah, it's good to buy.
Exactly. It's there if you need to use it. You'll have options for printing, opening, and closing above each check as well. So you can take payment, print a copy, or make an edit from here as well. Should be pretty straightforward for you. Yeah, so splitting. We also have suspending as well as resuming. If you ever have the case where you're helping a customer at the counter, they're not quite ready to pay, but you need to help that next customer in line, you can suspend the existing check. That'll push it to the background. We can work on it later. It's going to open up a new one in its spot.
That's helpful, yeah.
Yep. So maybe, I'm taking that next order. I'm taking payment from this customer. I'm going to take cash from them. And then whenever I'm ready to actually go back and help that other customer, I can just go down to resume. And then I'm going to see my suspended checks listed here. In this case, the most recent one is going to be that first one there. So I can pop back to that and go from there. So it might be something that's useful for you depending on the scenario. Well, were there any other questions that you had or any functions that you were looking for that I didn't cover?
Do you have a view on how it would look like on a KDS in the kitchen on a screen?
Not something I would have readily available, but I can always provide you with some screenshots if that would be helpful.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if you guys already covered this at the beginning, but did we already go over a number of devices, kitchen printers, KDSs?
We actually haven't yet. Now would be a great time to touch on that.
Okay, perfect.
Go ahead. One customer-facing terminal with cash register. Two terminals on the back side by the phones. And then currently we have one kitchen printer. We want to change that from 1 to 2 kitchen display screens.
Okay, so 3 total stations with 2 KDS screens, no kitchen printers there. And it's going to be 1 station is going to be that customer facing display, and then 2 for your takeout area, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's all I need then to put a quote together then. So then, Nick, I'll put this quote together, and I can follow up with you and Chad there. As soon as just give me some time here right after here, and we can follow up with that quote.